Hey guys, I'm Rhoda and welcome to WaterBaby Tarot presented by Bomispirit Incorporated. Today I'm going to be doing the daily astrology and tarot reading for June 24th. June 24th is kind of a big day. We have the full moon in Capricorn that is happening at about, I believe it's like 11:40, 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. So about 2:40, 2:45 p.m. East Coast time. So adjust that accordingly for your own purposes if you haven't done so already. Full moon Capricorn is actually going to be very mellow. It's going to be really nice. And so I'm kind of looking forward to that. We kind of need a break, right? Right? We all kind of need a little chill time from the way that, from all these energies that from the way these energies have been kind of taking a toll on us, or, how it's been influencing us. I think has been just kind of difficult and a little stressful. But before we get to the full moon in Capricorn, let's talk a little bit of review. So there are some long-term aspects we're having for most of this year. Saturn square Uranus and Neptune sextile Pluto. I talked very heavily and in detail about those on the June 21st video, and 14th and 7th, but June 21st is the most recent one, so go ahead and check that out if you're curious about those aspects and how they'll be affecting us. We also have Venus trine Neptune and Sun sextile Pluto. Now the Sun is going to be part of the full moon energy, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that towards the end. Excuse me. By the way, I'll be doing the full moon live chat on Patreon today at 3 p.m. Hawaii time, so 6 p.m. Pacific time. I can't talk. At 9 p.m. East Coast time today, and I am doing this on the 22nd of June. I'm recording on the 22nd of June. So if you're watching this later, sorry, it's already happened. But June 22nd, 6 p.m. Pacific time, I'm doing the live on Patreon, and I'm going to do a few spreads and hang out with everybody, okay? Any tier that you are part of, you'll have access to those live chats. Anyway, so coming back. So like I said, Venus trine Neptune has been with us for a bit. It's getting weaker, so it's kind of on its way out, but it will be part of the full moon energy. We also have Venus opposing Pluto. Venus opposing Pluto is very strong on the day of the full moon, and it is kind of a challenging aspect, but because we have a lot of positive energy with the full moon, I'm not too worried about it. So that being said, let's just talk about the moon. The moon will be moving into Capricorn on the 24th from Sag. The full moon is happening at Capricorn 3 degrees. Now, the full moon being in Sag has been really nice. It's been a nice shift out of that scorpionic energy, where the scorpionic energy was really kind of heavy and hard and kind of getting us to look at some tough shit, right? And also some emotional purging and cleansing and all of that. Now, the moon in Sag leading up to the full moon in Capricorn was really helping us to kind of own our independence and independent thinking, and also really trying to get us to learn and cement that lesson of my truth is my truth. No one else needs to be a part of that. I don't need to convert anybody. And also everyone else's truth is their truth. They don't got to convert me. And I can also just exist in my own truth and not be bothered by other people. That's kind of a big lesson, because Saturn being square Uranus has been kind of beating that on us this whole year on a global stage and independently in our own lives. So yeah, full moon in Sag has been very important. Now, as we shift into moon in Capricorn, this is actually going to highlight a little bit more of like networking. And they also were giving me channelings as I was writing my notes, which I love that they do that, because they've always kind of done that, but it's like, it's just fun. So I'm going to share some of that with you. So just keep in mind, some of what I'm saying are channelings. Well, the other part of the other stuff that I'm talking about. All the other stuff I'm talking about is just for my knowledge of astrology. And I'm not an astrologist by any means. It's just something that I enjoy studying. So I just like to share this kind of stuff with you. Okay, we're going to be really clear about that. But as the moon moves into Capricorn, it's like there's such a satisfaction from not just from getting work done and working, but also a satisfaction of having like a strong network, whether that is in your business life or that's with your family or your household or whatever. It's like they were really highlighting network to me and social energy with this Capricorn, with this moon being in Capricorn. Now the full moon is sextile Jupiter in Pisces. That's going to be super nice. Super nice. That's going to bring a smoothness and an ease when it comes to dealing with people and your network, whether you're building a network or you're just trying to solidify one. And you don't necessarily have to be a leader in that, but some of you might find yourself, thank you. Some of you will be learning how to walk that line of leader, manager, and not impose your shit on people or not stifle people. Like learning how to give people enough space to let them grow and let them learn, especially if this is like a work thing for you or a family situation for you, but you're still referred to or looked at or respected as leader, manager position. So I like that. I like that a lot. It's also going to be a really great time. Jesus, sorry, they're already giving me more channelings. It's going to be a great time to focus on any creative ideas that you are trying to make happen, especially as it relates to earning money or income. To really put that out there, and social media might play a huge role in that too. Was it channeling that I was getting? There's also going to be a lot of opportunities coming up here. Sorry, so much information. Slow down. There's going to be a lot of cool opportunities coming up with this full moon as well, because there is going to be such an ease here with learning that kind of dynamic as it relates to like networks and groups of people, right? But there's also going to be fortune on the side of this, because we do have all that Sag energy. We have that Jupiter and Pisces energy kind of amplifying this a little bit. We also have, with Venus opposing Pluto, they want me to talk about that in relation to this. So Venus opposing Pluto is a bit of a challenging aspect, but the full moon itself is very positive. So I don't expect it to be super challenging during this time. With Venus opposing Pluto, that can create this energy of like, I want more love, I want more nurturing, but people are so cold. And on the reverse of that, of people want so much from me, people want so much from me, I don't want to give. There's going to be a surrendering that's coming with this. It's pushing for surrender. It's pushing for surrender to be nurtured and to nurture. So if any of you have struggled with issues of allowing yourself to receive and be nurtured, this is a time to just kind of let that happen. And the full moon in Capricorn is going to make that a little bit easier, especially as it relates to solidifying really strong networks, especially as it relates to money or family or household. Okay. And also on the flip side of that, if you haven't been a nurturer and like you're not really comfortable with that, or you're not really comfortable with giving, this is an aspect to kind of get you to do so. Okay, this is all about like getting along, basically. This full moon is about kind of getting along with people in ways that we've been struggling to do so the last 6 months. So yeah, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be really nice. And if you can give into that, if you can surrender to being nurtured and nurturing, you'll be very surprised at opportunities that are going to come up for you as it relates to creative projects or business, or even just your own network, and also meeting people. There's going to be surprising harmonious friendships that can be had at this time. You might meet people during the full moon in Capricorn, which, by the way, is not just a day, right? Full moon cycles are cycles. So we have about 2 weeks of full moon Cappy energy, and then it starts to peter out after 2 weeks. It's still there, but it just gets a little weaker in that last 2 weeks before we get to the full moon in Aquarius. It's like, that sign. Ooh, full moon Aquarius. Oh. Let's not go there yet. Let's not go there yet. During this full moon, you might also find that the people you're meeting or are dealing with or learning from, there could be a big spiritual component for you. So just keep that in mind, that could also be at play there, because we do have Jupiter Pisces energy at play. Or you could even start to adapt or evolve your own spirituality or your own perspective on how you view the universe and knowledge and truth and all of that. Again, the moon and Sag leading up to this is also getting us prepared for that kind of lesson of, I can have my truth and I can be open to expanding my truth. I don't have to take other people's truth on unless it really resonates with you, right? And you don't have to impose your shit on people if they don't resonate with you. Yeah, so interesting full moon energy. Again, I'll be doing the lives at, why can't I remember, 6 p.m. Pacific time, June 22nd, on my Patreon, and it'll be posted for later watching too. So anyway, it's a fun time. We like to hang out and chit chat and stuff. But let's go ahead and get into the cards. Hey guys. All right. So I'm already feeling this energy of like mellow jello is like, like the best way to describe that. There's something very relaxed happening here on the 24th. Yeah, a very like relaxed energy. It feels really nice. I also feel like there's like, for some, you might still be releasing stuff. You might still be releasing like emotional stuff. Um, yeah, some of you guys are still doing that, but there's a very relaxed energy. It feels very internal. It feels very much like in the solar sacral heart space, like all in the torso. I'm feeling it. Like there's like a settling that's happening. It feels really good. I like it a lot. Um, what deck do I want to use here? You know what? This is a new deck that I have. I mean, a lot of people have it, but I've been missing decks. I've been missing decks. The Light Seers Tarot. I'm trying to update all my links too that I have below for my decks. Haven't done so yet, but just know that that is something on my mind. Yeah, so let's go ahead. They're giving me visuals, so I'm just trying to feel the energy from what they're showing me. Any messages for the collective, please? There's a group of you, and maybe this is for earth signs, because they're just showing me so much nature, and it could just be a total assumption on my part, but it's like, there's a group of you that are going to resonate with this. There's a laid back, relaxing, settling energy where it's like, where you've had a lot of anxiety, and that's like leaving you or has left you. I also feel like you're really kind of getting into this place of, it's almost like you're more connected. Yeah, thank you. That's all it is. You're more connected to nature. You're more connected to your environment, like your physical environment. That's why I want to say earth sign, but full moon Capricorn, right? So that's also part of that. Yeah, earth, physical realm. It's like you are more connected to it in a way where it's because you're more connected to yourself. Thank you. Being more connected to yourself has allowed you to connect more to your environment, but specifically earth. I'm getting just like earth, nature, plants, grass, dirt, like that sort of stuff, that sort of element. Yeah. Oh, this feels good. I'm also feeling an internal piece going on here. Yeah, there's a nice internal piece that's happening too. I like it, guys. This is mellow. This is chill. Any messages for the collective, please? Oh, keep in mind, these readings are general, by the way. They're general. They're timeless. I get a lot of messages for a lot of different people, a lot of different groups of people. So hang out. There could be something here for you. Any messages for the collective, please? 4 wands. Yeah, I love it. Some of you guys might actually be having some like social energy or being around people. Like I said, I was feeling that. I was feeling more social energy, but it's like really strengthening a network or really getting a network together. 4 wands, that's a foundation. Some of you guys, it could be in relation to work or a household or even just a relationship, a commitment, or your relationships in general. But yeah, this feels really good. And I feel a lot of inner peace around this and a lot of surrender to this. It's nice. It's really nice. But again, there could be an actual like party going on for you. Whoa. We have 8 of Cups and the Lovers. I feel like the 8 of Cups speaks of surrender. I just keep getting surrender, 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 surrender. 4 Wands, 8 of Cups, and the Lovers. It could be that some of you guys have made a decision here. Lovers is the choice. It could also be about a connection. But there's definitely a decision here of surrendering into stability, surrendering into network, surrendering to nurturing or being nurtured here. Some of you guys could be sacrificing some sort of foundation that you've known for a while to head towards a relationship, or just making the choice to leave a foundation for another or to walk towards a foundation. But anyway, but at the end of the day, this feels like total surrender to me, but there could be a commitment or a relationship at play that is a part of that surrendering, okay? That surrender, thank you. For some of you is also acceptance, which is about unity of the self, right? Accepting all parts of you with that Lovers card. Feels really good. I like this. I like this reading. I like it a lot. Oh, that's an awesome Lovers card, by the way. Such an awesome Lovers card. I like this deck. It's interesting too that she has the Sag symbol like tattooed on the shoulder there, because we are moving from full moon Sag to Cap. I just think it's kind of interesting, especially Lovers is typically Gemini. 7th house of Sag. Consistency, thank you. They're saying consistency. There's a strong desire for consistency now with this film, with the moon just being in Capricorn in general. That's the settling. Thank you. That's the settling that I'm feeling. Trying to settle into what is consistent, but in a way that's like, how do I say it? What's healthy? What's healthy and what's harmonious? But surrendering internally, surrendering emotionally is a part of that, of attaining that consistency and harmony. Nice. Any other... Sorry, we got loud birds here. Any other messages for the collective, please? Not going to take those. A lot of you have purged yourself already of toxic shit, toxic relationships, and we ebb and flow out of that all the time, right? It's like we go through periods of we've gotten rid of some toxic shit, we live life, and then, oh no, we got to purge some toxic shit again. You know, it's just the cycle of life, cycle of living in this reality. But I feel like there's already been a recent release or purging of toxic things or relationships. And I'm just really feeling that, the peace of that. Any other messages, please? Nice. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Couldn't read it. Oh, death. Death and rebirth in reverse. Nice. So I feel like this is more about I feel like this is more indicative of a rebirth. Because again, I'm getting a surrender. I've gotten release already. And we went from Scorpio to Sag to now Capricorn, right? It is a process of energy. We all work through it differently. Some of you guys might still be in that darker scorpionic period of time where you're kind of facing some of your issues, right? But I like that. It just feels like coming out of the side in peace and surrender and being settled. It feels really good. Overall, we have, is this the Queen? We have Queen of Wands in reverse. Nice. 8 of Swords in reverse. Oh, beautiful. With the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups and the Lovers. Guys, I love it. And we got the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Nice. 9 of Pentacles. Oh my God, it just gets better and better with the 6 of Cups. I pull a lot for the overall. That's just how I work. That's just how I am. Nice, 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 nice. So there's this surrender going on. There's this acceptance going on. There's a settling into consistency, into harmony, because there is a surrender emotionally of being nurtured and nurturing and not being afraid to do that, sort of relaxing and surrendering into that, not resisting that anymore if you have been resisting it. And it's really beautiful balance and harmony within the self, really solidifying some networks here and some tribal energies. This is just bomb. It's bomb. I love it. With the Queen of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Swords in reverse, there is a releasing of frustrations that have been happening, releasing of illusions that have been happening. And again, it's just releasing anything that's really been preventing you from surrendering. I keep getting there's also a lot of creative energy that's going to come out of this too, once you get to this place of surrender and settled and inner peace. And again, it's just a mellow period of time. It's the ebb and the flow, right? We've been ebbing, now we're right peaking into flow, then we're gonna flow, and then we're gonna ebb, and then we're gonna flow, and then we're gonna ebb. So this is that climactic point between ebb and flow, which is really great. Now we have this, which I think is interesting. 2 of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. There you are with inner peace. Look how peaceful she is. That's exactly, surrounded by nature and trees. She's got a couch outside in nature. That's exactly what I was feeling. Just like a, like just connecting with the world around you. Feeling connected with the world around you because you're more connected with yourself. You have that clarity with the Page of Swords. And again, with the Two of Cups and the Lovers, I feel like it's way more about the balance of the self, way more about the acceptance of all of who you are, right? That the last week, 2 weeks have been showing you or pushing you to do. But some of you, this could definitely apply to a relationship of sorts. With the Two of Cups and Lovers there, most definitely. After the Page of Swords, we have Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. So this is kind of interesting. Six of Cups speaks of memories and past and all of that. I feel like for those of you where this is about a relationship or highlighting a relationship, it's almost like you're reflecting on your time before that relationship. Reflecting on how you've been. Some of you guys might have been doing some inner child work when the moon was in Scorpio. It might still be under that influence a little bit. Sagittarius can also be a little bit of the inner child. Nine of Pentacles is that independent, confident, super stable energy. There's also this, thank you, I just heard reconciling. There's this reconciling that you guys are doing internally. This feels so High Priestess to me the way she's sitting. But here you are as a Queen of Pentacles. You are reconciling here what makes you you. What makes you you. What makes you feel stable? What makes you feel grounded? What makes you feel at peace with yourself? It makes you feel at peace with the world. And you're doing that by, for some of you, going way back in your past and reconciling some things. When I say reconciling, it's an internal reconciling. That, yeah, I feel a lot of High Priestess energy with this, to be honest, because it's not out here. Yeah, it's nice. It's a lot of inner peace. It's a lot of inner stability. It's a lot of feeling confident, but not feeling so threatened by people, not feeling so afraid to surrender into nurturing or being nurtured. It's very strong. It's very, very strong energy. Some of you guys are also realizing how resilient you are or have been. Some of you are looking at resilience differently. Where resilience doesn't have to be, yeah, thank you. Where resilience doesn't have to be such a strong thing. It doesn't have to be it's almost like looking at resilience as like, it doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be about battle-worn energy. Resilience can just be this very graceful, strong, feminine energy as well. Some of you guys are looking at yourselves in that way now, where it's like, you're looking at yourself as, I'm not battle-worn and masculine and hard and harsh and blah. I'm not scarred anymore. I'm just, I'm just internally strong and at peace, and I am graceful about it, and I am just connected with myself. It's nice, super nice, guys. Okay, all right, so let's break this down a little bit more. Might get repetitive. Such a beautiful read. Which one do I want to do first? I want to look at the Four of Wands. I want to look at that. I'm gonna do steampunk for this one. Tell me with the Four of Wands, please. Tell me about the Four of Wands. I can definitely feel that some of you guys are really giving into someone, and it's not about being dominated or submitting or anything like that. I mean, I feel like that's almost like that old paradigm kind of energy. You're just surrendering. You're just relaxing into it. You're just being open. You're just being open, but not to the point where like you'll be taken advantage of. It's like you are the Queen of Pentacles. You're the High Priestess. Male or female doesn't matter here. It's like you're wizened. You know yourself. You reconciled some stuff. There's just a lot of inner strength that's very soft and very warm and very welcoming. It's very nice. Talking about the Four of Wands. This is what's coming with full moon Capricorn. So it might take a while to get to this point, but that's what's coming in here. Talking about Four of Wands. Some of you guys are going to start working with people. It might happen really fast, is what they're telling me. Like, fast. Surrender. just keep being in that place of surrendering to it. Tell me about Four of Wands. Yeah, I just heard dynamic duo. Yeah, look at that. Nine of Cups coming out with that Four of Wands. Oh, that's super nice. Some of you guys might actually be partying around the full moon or during the full moon period, or just having really fun social experiences. But this is nice. This is just feeling really content, feeling very satisfied, feeling very happy for what you have in your life or what's coming into your life. And you literally, all it took was, well, not all it took, but surrendering into it is a big part of this here, because you're releasing the fear around it. Talking about Four of Wands. Also, some of you guys are releasing anger. That's coming up too, or have been releasing anger. Oh, this is getting a little deep. So this kind of played off of the last few readings I did for the dailies. Releasing anger you've had towards other people and towards yourself. Feeling some like self-judgment, criticism there. Yeah, releasing anger you've had towards yourself and towards other people. You're releasing that. And the anger just kind of fueled fear, like around surrendering and being vulnerable with people. But that's because you didn't have that connection with yourself. You didn't have that loving relationship with yourself. You didn't have that inner peace with yourself. You were not at peace with you, basically. Not a judgment, just is what it is. Talking about Four of Wands. And again, this might not come up for you for a while. For some of you, you're all in different places. So just take the messages as they resonate, please. You might have to come back and watch this. Talking about Four of Wands. Two of Wands. Okay. I feel like for those of you where there's a connection revolving around this, I'll be honest, some of you guys have two very significant connections at play here, and I feel like that's more for the scenario of choosing what is really harmonious for your being and for maintaining your inner peace. And it's not like a judgment of this person's bad or that person's bad. I don't feel bad here. I don't feel anyone's bad here. You know, we're all just human, right? We're all just human at the end of the day. But I feel like for some of you, where this is about significant connection or two connections, someone's been waiting. I'm also getting that with the Two of Wands, that someone's kind of been waiting here patiently, almost for you to catch up. Keep in mind this can be vice versa as well. Talking about the Four of Wands. Some of you guys are definitely going to be leaving a foundation here. Sorry, this is for a group of you. Some of you guys are going to be leaving a foundation here. And it is a little sad, but it's for your better happiness and harmony. Yeah, Four of Cups. Yeah, so again, I know I'm like all over the place, so hang in there with me. So for those of you who are leaving some kind of foundation, you're leaving a foundation because you really just need to go to where you have more inner peace and harmony. And what I really don't feel like anyone is bad. I don't want to say anyone's bad. I feel like, again, that's very old paradigm here, but it's just leaving you not in your best state. You could have better. You could be better, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's not ill wishing. It just is what it is. Now, for others of you, where you have a significant connection or even two significant connections, I feel like someone's been waiting. Like someone's been waiting for you to catch up to them, almost like catching up to their emotional state or their like level of being, which is this place of inner strength and surrender and just awesomeness. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, beautiful. Talking about the Four of Wands. Sorry, they want me to stop. Okay. Others of you where this, hold on. Others of you where this is just about solidifying your network and your foundations and all of that. Again, you've moved out of this place of not being able to surrender, resisting, having some illusions and fears and anger, discontentment, and now you are, because you have released all of that and you're moving into this place of surrender, choosing happiness, choosing to be content because you're content within. Now we have the Six of Wands. This is victory. This is success. No matter what group you're in here. Sorry for all the noise. I'm going to wait a second. It's a little hot. I waited until they were done gardening and then I guess they picked it up again. I guess it's like not too bad right now. So no matter what group you're in, whether you're, solidifying your foundations and tribe and network because you moved out of that place and you moved into this beautiful ass place, you moved from the Four of Cups to the Nine of Cups, right? And you've been kind of stuck in between for a while you've been doing this releasing of things. Some of you are leaving a foundation or a relationship. And when I say foundation, that can be a job, a home. It could be anything that has like literally something that needs to be dismantled, right? In order to leave it, because it's just not where your truest happiness is. It's not where your inner peace lies. Inner peace definitely comes from within, right? No doubt. But whatever we have around us will facilitate that peace as well, right? Everything's a reflection of what's going on inside of us. So if we are realizing, oh, I don't really have inner peace, I need to have inner peace. And as we shift into that, we see what in our external reality is not going to align with that. So going from the Four of Cups to the Nine of Cups, successful. And for those of you where you have a significant connection, or even two, there's been like a patient waiter waiting for you to reach this level of achievement and success, of inner peace and contentment and being settled in with yourself and all of that. So very nice. Let's keep going. Yep. So I wrote the Four of Wands. All right, so after the 6, we now have the 10. The 6 and the 10 make what? The 4. So it's just really speaking on that 10 of Wands is what has been preceding all of this, right? When you were still kind of in that state or dealing with that energy, how hard it was, how stressed out you were, the resistance that created the struggle, and the amount of work it's kind of taken to get you to this place. Beautiful, beautiful. Overall, we have the Queen of Swords. Love it. I love the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, I call the epitome of truth, because the Queen of Swords is air and water. So not only do you have the etherical, intuitive, emotional truth, you have just the black and white, logical, facts truth going on here. So the epitome of truth coming in with the Queen of Swords. This is you having that knowledge, having that wisdom, having that clarity. We have King of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Four of Swords. That King of Wands, man. This feels like a break from a King of Wands energy. I just keep getting anger with that King of Wands. I keep getting anger. Yeah, I keep getting anger. That Four of Swords is indicating that you have been on a little bit of a break or hiatus from a King of Wands in reverse energy. Whether that's a person that you've been dealing with externally, or it's a reflection of your own personal anger. Some of you, it's also anger that you have as that it relates to somebody who has been like that in the course of your life. A King of Wands in reverse is someone who's very short-tempered. It's also somebody who likes a lot of attention, kind of attention-seeking, and also very controlling. But also kind of people, I find this person to be charismatic, or they take a lot of space up in the room. So you were either dealing with someone like that recently and you've had a break or separation from them, or you're trying to break away from them. For those where you're like leaving a foundation, you're most likely leaving a foundation where there's been this kind of energy involved, okay? You're just seeing them for what it is and that you need to do so. Others of you, I just feel like it's just your anger. Like it literally just represents your anger and your frustration. Oh, I almost wanted to use the word hatred, but that sounded really strong. And even if this anger relates to anger you have for yourself or for just what you've been through or what's happened, you've got anger to deal with, right? Yeah, and that anger has been getting in the way. That anger has been fueling that resistance, and preventing you from becoming this beautiful Queen of Pentacles energy. So whether it's a person or your anger, you're recovering from that and you're breaking away from that. If you haven't broken away from this person yet, you will soon. Especially for those where you're leaving a foundation where you're dealing with a King of Wands energy. And for those of you where you have a person or persons waiting for you to kind of become this, it's like that's what you're doing before you're ready for them. You're recovering from that anger or the previous energy that you were dealing with, okay? Wow. Either way, solidifying your network, which is nice. And then we have this Eight of Cups with the Lovers, which is just so beautiful. And then we have the Death Rebirth card here in reverse. Again, I feel like this is more about a rebirthing here. I feel like this is so much about you and yourself. but it's just going to ripple through your entire life in such a beautiful freaking way, you know? Yeah, let's look at Death card in reverse. Let's see what happens when you blossom into this beautiful balanced energy here. Yeah, we'll do Rider Waite. The little Rider Waite. I'm getting that some of you are just going to have such a strong relationship with yourself. I just keep getting a lot of self-talk here, but very positive and very intentional. Like, very intentional. If you haven't been doing, like, inner child work or talking to the little version of yourself, the little you, the little 3-year-old you, 6-year-old you, 10-year-old you, whatever. Those crows, man. I think you will be soon, and you're going to find how beneficial that is for you. Really making that relationship healthier. Find out Death in reverse. And again, this is ebb and flow, right? And these are just energies at play to use for yourself, to benefit from. Doesn't mean this will transpire this way for you. This is the potential of it. Tell me about Death in reverse. Nice. Nice. The sun. Illumination, happiness, joy, new beginnings. Time to just be happy. Time to just be happy. Tell me about Death in reverse, please. We have the Hangman coming out here. Nice. So Hangman indicates that there's some shift in your higher perspective of yourself and just emotions in the world, your spiritual perspective, so to speak. So nice, very nice. We have the Star in reverse. I think some of you guys are realizing that you spent a lot of time, I don't want to say on pause, that doesn't feel right. Hold on, let this helicopter pass. Yeah, I don't want to say on pause, but I think a lot of you, as you are kind of like reflecting, or even during this recovery period of recovering from your anger, you're going to realize that you spent a lot of time, I guess being on pause is the right way to say this, being on pause and being in a place of not being connected to yourself, but also not being connected to your intuition, also in a place of like cynical energy because you've had anger. That King of Wands energy, man, because you've had anger. You've had anger, and it's kept you from having faith fully. I want to say fully, because I think some of you guys might view yourselves as very spiritual, but you still have lacked it, right? It's like, it hasn't like really fully been there. It hasn't been like present consistently. And there's like a true awareness that's been lacking too, that you'll be having at this time. It's going to really highlight how this anger has really, really prevented you, inhibited you, kept you from being in this state, in this beautiful, beautiful state. And I got to be honest, a lot of this anger I am feeling, it's like towards the self in a lot of ways, even if it's tied to other people. It's planes. I'm right by a military base, so. Realizing how this anger has kept you from being a fully realized self. Even if it's tied to other people or events, I can feel it. There is like a self-hatred or like a self-rejection at the core of that anger, and it feels like a lot, you know. It's been a long time coming that this has needed to be released, but you just see it now. You see it now, and you've dealt with it, and you're moving into that beautiful, beautiful energy. see what else wants to come out. Talking about death in reverse. Ooh, now we get the moon. The moon landed right on top of the Four of Swords. So in that Four of Swords, where this is the sense of like recovery and kind of trying to break away and deal with your anger here, the moon is about emotions, and it's also about illusions, right? And again, finally seeing what you couldn't see before. This plays a little bit on the video I did yesterday about how this anger has really affected you and really held you back. I keep getting that some of you have someone who's just been waiting for you to get to this point. Talking about death in reverse. And again, some of you guys got 2 people who've been waiting on you, which good luck with that. Yeah, with the 7 of Pentacles. I'm also getting that for some of you, something that's also been kind of holding you guys up is that there's been this, I actually get a little anxiety with this. Anxiety and uncertainty of what to do next. Yeah, anxiety and uncertainty of what to do next, what to do with yourself, what to do with your money, your time, your energy. It's created a little bit of stagnancy here. This anger has really been doing a number on you guys, whatever this anger has been stemming from initially. It is kind of like you've hit a wall in your personal growth and progress in your life for a while. And it could even be just one little aspect of your life in particular here. But once you deal with this anger, you're not going to be confused about what to do next and where to go here. And you're going to be this fully realized self. Some of you, when it comes to like what to do next, what I do with my time, what I do with my energy, what I do with my resources, it is relating to a significant relationship. And you'll know who you are. If you're in that boat, you might have been feeling kind of stuck or stagnant in that relationship for a while, or just uncertain of what to do and where it's going, because where are you going? For some of you, you might have a lot of resentment and anger towards this individual, is if you blame them for the slowing down of your life, or you blame them for like a stop in your life. Interesting. Overall, we have the Hermit in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. Ooh, we got a King of Cups. I'm gonna say King of Swords. We'll see if that comes out. With the Page of Wands in reverse, and we have the 8 of Cups, beautiful, with Temperance, finishing with the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is really nice energy. With the Hermit in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse, hey guys, all right, so sorry about that. I'm so glad I actually decided to stop, because they continued for like a good 15 minutes or so. So anyway, back to where we were. So again, you're coming out of hermit mode, seeing the illusions that you've had here in the past that have really made you angry or caused a lot of anger within you, towards yourself, towards people, all that stuff, right? And that anger has been getting in the way of you being this beautiful, awesome, at peace with yourself, Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, the illusions that you've had here that have been contributing to your fears and your hesitation to surrender, that have also contributed to anger, is relating to this. King of Cups with the Page of Wands in reverse. And to me, this feels like disappointment. This feels like disappointment in not receiving this King of Cups energy, not experiencing this King of Cups energy in your life. Now that to me just represents love. That just represents emotional nourishment. You know, whether you didn't receive it in childhood or life in general, or your relationships, or you had expectations of people to be King of Cups and they just weren't that. I feel like not getting that, not receiving that, or being disappointed while you're having that expectation led to a lot of anger. Maybe even anger at yourself. Or like maybe, I feel like some guys might have even blamed yourself. So you guys have a little bit of like father issues here, or parental issues here with that. You just didn't get the emotional nourishment that you expected to get from a person, from people, or through the course of your life. It led you to have these illusions that it's just not possible, or that you could not surrender to these energies by giving that kind of energy to people, or even allowing yourself to receive it, or that it just wasn't possible to receive. You might have even put yourself in situations where someone was never going to give you that because they weren't capable of that. Either way, it led to anger, it led to resentment, it led to fear, it led to illusions, and it really kept you from being at peace with yourself here. So you're seeing through that, and you're putting that to rest. You're walking away from that. With the 8 of Cups and Temperance, you're finding that inner peace, you're finding that inner balance, and it's freaking beautiful here. Now, some of you, like I said, some of you in this are leaving a foundation. maybe even leaving a relationship, and you might be leaving behind someone who you expected to be a King of Cups, but that's just not who they are. And that's okay. It is what it is. You're realizing that. You're finding who you are. You're finding your inner peace here. Awesome freaking energy. And you're walking towards the sun, feeling really content with yourself because you're facing that anger and resentment and you're releasing it. You're letting it go. You're seeing through the illusion that it created. And you're not going to live in that illusion anymore. You're not going to hold on to that illusion anymore. And again, some of you I feel like would really benefit from some inner child work or just reconciling what's happened through the course of your childhood that might relate to this anger, especially if it's about like some parent-child dynamic here, okay? Some of you, like I said, have someone or a couple someones. This is a very small group of you. Oh my God. Wait for that plane to pass. I don't know if they're doing training today or what. So sorry. All right, that's good enough. Some of you, like I said, have someone or someone's who kind of been waiting for you to get to this place within yourself to let go of that anger and resentment that you have toward yourself or other people, or for, you know, just not receiving these energies that you expected to receive with that King of Cups energy being there. You're also not going to settle for anything less anymore. Again, having these expectations, it's like, and having that anger fueling you too, and not being at this place, it's like you've settled for less. Some of you have definitely been settling for less, and you're just deciding between what will really fulfill you and what won't. What's going to really nurture your inner peace and what's not. And the burden of being confused about that, the burden of like, so much noise, the burden of being confused by that, or the burden of not knowing how to move forward or where to put your energy, where to put your focus, while you're going through all of this processing. While you're going through all this processing of this anger or the people attached to it has been burdensome, but you're being victorious over that. And also solidifying networks and tribe in the process. It's a really beautiful energy. So congrats. Whoever's going to harness the energy this way, congrats. Let's go ahead and pull an advice card. I'm going to do a Gaia Oracle, actually. That one's really calling to me. This is also in the Oracle deck that I have. Let's see here. Can I get an advice card, please, for this spread? Can I get an advice card, please? Too many? Can I get less? Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Amethyst. Transformation, certainty, and confidence. I would say so. I would say so. I would say so. I'm gonna go ahead and read that off. To me, this just feels like such a place of, yeah, inner peace. I can't get away from that, like that very peaceful, content feeling within yourself. And of course, confidence comes with that as well. But it took major transformation and shifting to get here, and facing that anger wherever it came from, even if you geared it towards yourself, and what in your life is not nurturing your inner peace, and how can you nurture others and let people nurture you to get to solidifying that network, right? Yeah, so let's read that. 41. A profound transformation is taking place in your life. After much soul searching, you are now back in control. A new you is emerging, poised and with a renewed sense of confidence. You can move forward with certainty. The past is now behind you. The hard work has been done. All you have to do is decide what it is that you truly want. All is now possible. Listen to your heart and don't settle for second best. No more settling. Set your course and then go for it. Be certain, be confident, and all is yours for the taking. Blessed be. There's an affirmation here, and I like these cards because they have beautiful affirmations. I'm going to say it 3 times just for those who really want the affirmation and to use the affirmation. I give thanks for the transformation and healing that has taken place. I move through life with gratitude. I move through life with certainty. I move through life with confidence. I achieve my goals. What I focus on, I create. I give thanks for the transformation and healing that has taken place. I move through life with gratitude. I move through life with certainty. I move through life with confidence. I achieve my goals. What I focus on, I create. I give thanks for the transformation and healing that has taken place. I move through life with gratitude. I move through life with certainty. I move through life with confidence. I achieve my goals. What I focus on, I create. Create. Queen of Pentacles, create. Capricorn energy is really good for this too. Just, you know, I know I talked a lot about it already, but Capricorn energy is really good for actually following through with certain actions if you've been struggling to follow through with anything. So that is your advice, and I hope you guys got a lot out of that. Don't forget to check out Vimeo and Patreon. Everything else you need is linked below for your convenience, and I might be seeing you guys a little bit later in the live on Patreon when I do the spread to the full moon. Okay, all right, see you guys. Have a good night. Namaste.